Hello and good afternoon. Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Lagos State government forewarns residents on flash floods caused by heavy rainfall. Federal Capital Territory Administration reaffirms commitment to protecting elderly people from abuse, neglect. On a foreign scene, former French President Nicolas Sarkozy stripped of national honors for graft conviction. And in sports, Lagos State to host inaugural edition of Zen Archery International Open Tournament. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State government has urged residents of the state, especially those living in low-lying areas, to be on alert because with the intensity of the rainfall already experienced, many areas will encounter flash floods. In a statement signed by the State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, the state warned that the forecast gathered from the state's weather stations for the next few days has geostationary imagery showing thunderstorms and widespread convective rainfall with dense cloud cover. Wahab said the geostationary imagery means, in simple language, that many areas will experience very heavy rainfalls and flash floods, which the people have been alerted about earlier in the year. According to him, all areas that are abutting the rivers and lagoons in Lagos are also at risk of experiencing flash floods, which may come with high currents. He cautioned all residents who may not have serious businesses to conduct outside their homes during the rains to tarry and wait till it subsides before they go out to be able to determine the intensity and how to prepare. The commission also advised parents to watch over their wards and school children, many of whom are still on midterm holidays, so that they do not go outside to play in the rain or swim in the flash floods. Wahab also reiterated the earlier warning to motorists and pedestrians not to wade through floods, as there is a tendency that vehicles may be submerged and people swept away with such heavy floods. A magistrate court sitting in Bolade Oshodi has sentenced a 52-year-old Nigerian returnee from Canada, Morufudin Ido, to 3 months imprisonment for crossing the Ojota Expressway, resisting arrest and assaulting a Kai officer in the process. Morufudin Ido, who pleaded guilty when the charge was read to him, was subsequently convicted for the offences and sentenced. Reacting to the conviction, Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, warned that the state will not tolerate any attack or acts of aggression towards any of its operatives on lawful duty. He reiterated that all such operatives will be protected with the full force of the law in the discharge of their duties. Wahab expressed optimism that the latest conviction will serve as a deterrent to everyone, that social status or standing will not be a determinant in the application of the law. Lagos State government, through the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Committee, has commemorated the 2025 World Blood Donor Day with an impactful awareness walk with youth-focused blood donation drive and a grand extravaganza event, which drew hundreds of passionate volunteers, youths, and stakeholders from the state's blood transfusion ecosystem. The Give Blood, Give Hope, Together We Save Lives celebration kicked off with a fitness walk around the Bagada community with volunteers, health advocates, including members of the Nigerian Red Cross and Medical Women Association of Nigeria, holding placards bearing bold blood donation messages. As they marched through the rain-soaked streets. Speaking at the event, Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Committee, Bodunri Oshikomaya, emphasized the importance of consistent voluntary donation, calling blood donors heroes whose contributions cannot be overstated. Oshikomaya applauded the selfless acts of voluntary blood donors who saved lives without asking for anything in return, saying their actions are noble and their impact immeasurable, and also stressing the need for sustained collaboration between government, healthcare providers, and the public to strengthen the state's blood donation culture. She urged citizens to demystify the blood donation process by visiting the LSBTC facilities to witness firsthand how blood is screened, stored, and distributed. Also speaking at the event, Kushofe, divisional head of the Nigerian Red Cross Lagos branch, Benjamin Ahoro, commended the Lagos State government and the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Committee for their sustained efforts in encouraging voluntary blood donation and dispelling myths associated with it. And now to the rest of the stories. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has reaffirmed its commitment to protecting elderly citizens from various forms of abuse, including health-related, physical, emotional, financial, and psychological mistreatment within the territory. This assurance was given by the Mandate Secretary of the FCT Health Services and Environment Secretariat, Adedolapo Fashawe, in commemoration of the 2025 World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, WEAD, with the theme Beyond Age. Fashawe explained that WEAAD, marked globally on June 15, seeks to raise awareness about the often silent abuse of older persons and to promote the protection of their rights and dignity. According to Fashawe, this is a collective call to action to look beyond age, to respect and include older people in society, challenge stereotypes, and protect them from neglect and abuse. She said the FCTA is actively supporting elderly residents through initiatives like the Renewed Hope Initiative, Medical Mission Support for the Elderly, which aims to improve their overall well-being. Wife of the President, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, has urged Nigerians, especially women, to give men support and an environment that enables them function effectively as fathers. Mrs. Tinubu gave this advice in Abuja in celebration of Father's Day. International Father's Day is a day set aside for honoring fathers, as well as fatherhood, paternal bonds, and the influence of fathers in society. She pointed out that when fathers are involved, families grow stronger, and so does the nation. And now to foreign news. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been stripped of his Legion of Honor, the country's highest distinction, following a conviction for graft. The right-wing ex-president ruled France from 2007 to 2012 and has been beset by legal problems since leaving office following a bruising presidential election defeat. An appeals court last year upheld his conviction for illegal attempts to secure favors from a judge and ordered him to wear an electronic ankle bracelet instead of serving a one-year jail sentence. The decision to revoke his award had since been expected according to the rules of the order, despite current French President Emmanuel Macron saying he was opposed to the move. His electronic tag was removed this month, using his last remaining legal avenue, an appeal to the European Court of Human Rights to defend himself against the conviction. He is also currently on trial in a separate case on charges of accepting illegal campaign financing in an alleged pact with late Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. Sarkozy becomes the second former head of state to be stripped of the award after Nazi collaborator Philippe Pétain, who was convicted in August 1945 for high treason and conspiring with the enemy. In our sports, Lagos State will be home to about 100 archers from different parts of the world between June 18 and 21 for the inaugural edition of the Zen Archery Lagos International Open Tournament, which will take place at the Unicon Stadium. The event is been organized by Zen Archery in collaboration with Lagos State Sports Commission. According to the organizers, the event is a first-of-its-kind gathering of elite archers, which will bring together 16 clubs competing in 5 categories in a world-class display of skill, precision, and sportsmanship. Chairman of the local organizing committee, Aderonke Aderioye, said the tournament will birth the ranking of Nigerian archers. Founder Zen Archery Emmanuel Oyeleke also highlighted the post-tournament goals of the event, which is the launch of the Zen Archery Sports Foundation, a non-profit arm focused on providing access to archery training for underserved youth in Nigeria. In his response, Senior Special Assistant to the Lagos State Governor on Sports, Damilare Orimoloye, also assured sports enthusiasts of the government's support. And that's all for the news at 4. Maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration initiated the Lagos State Employability Support Project to address the labor skill gap and unemployment problems? You can get more details on the Lagos State government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government has urged residents of the state, especially those living in low-lying areas, to be on alert because with the intensity of the rainfall already experienced, many areas will encounter flash floods. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has reaffirmed its commitment to protecting elderly citizens from various forms of abuse, including health-related, physical, emotional, financial, and psychological mistreatment within the territory. We also told you that former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been stripped of his Legion of Honor, the country's highest distinction, following a conviction for graft. And in sports, Lagos State will be home to about 100 archers from different parts of the world between June 18 and 21 for the inaugural edition of the Zen Archery Lagos International Open Tournament, which will take place at the Onikon Stadium. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adeswa Ejoyoka. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon and happy Father's Day.